In this lesson, we are going to create two bronze tables, which will be our streaming live tables based on the sales data and the customer data. Next, we will be creating a silver table by joining both the two bronze tables. Finally, we will create a gold table which will be a materialized view by applying the aggregation over the silver table. In this cell, we are creating our streaming live table. The syntax is create or refresh streaming live table. Table name, we can optionally provide a comment, and we are using autoloader using cloud files to load the data from the Databricks internal location. The file format is JSON. Within map function, we are providing the options that the table structure can be inferred from the JSON files. We'll execute this. Note that when we execute the delta live commands, which is the streaming live command, we do not get the output. Instead, we get the message that this delta live table query is syntactically valid, but you must create a pipeline in order to define and populate the table. Similarly, I will be creating our second table, which is again a streaming live table from the Databricks internal dataset for customers, which is the CSV dataset. Now we will be creating our silver dataset. So in this silver, it is our streaming live table because we are reading the data from the streaming datasets. Note that we are using stream keyword against the bronze table name, and we are using the live keyword with both the bronze tables, since these tables reside within the virtual live schema of delta live tables. We are joining both the tables. We are doing transformations for the order date time as well. Next, we will be using our silver table to create the gold table. In the gold table, we are aggregating the columns sales, quantity, and product grouping by these columns, and we are also applying a filter so that we only get the values for state NY New York. And note that again since we are using this table sales order silver, and this is a live table, a delta live table, so we are again referring to the live schema. I will execute this. Let us now go to the workflows and create a delta live table pipeline. In the products, we have three options: advanced, core, and pro. So the advanced is wherein we can create a scalable batch or streaming pipelines. In the pro, we can also use the CDC or the change data capture as well. In the advanced, we can also use monitoring and expectations. So since we are using expectations in our example, so I will be choosing advanced. The pipeline mode, I am choosing triggered since I am only executing once. Next, the path of our code. The next option is whether we want to create the tables in the Hive Meta store or in Unity Catalog store. If we provide a storage location, all the data will be stored at our provided storage location. Otherwise, Databricks will create its own data location in the HDFS store and will populate it. The target schema, if we want to register these tables into the HDFS or in the Unity catalog, we should be providing the target schema name. So let us give a name. Then the cluster policy, I am leaving as is. Cluster mode, I am choosing fixed size, and workers as 0, which means only one node and one worker. Notifications can use for email subscription on success, failure, of the pipeline. Channel is the version of the DLT pipelines I am using current. We'll hit on create button. The other options on this are development or production. Using development, I will avoid the automatic retries and the cluster restarts. I am able to delete this pipeline, extend the permissions for other people to manage the pipeline. They can manage, run, view, or become the owner of the pipeline. I can also schedule this pipeline as a job. I will hit the start button. This might take a couple of minutes. I will pause and come back when the pipeline has been executed. The DLT pipeline execution is now complete, and we are able to see the directed acyclic graph or DAG. We are able to see the two streaming table inputs that we use, the customer bronze and the sales order bronze tables, to create the silver table, sales order silver. The silver table was used to create the materialized view for sales orders. Next, let us go to the settings tab and copy the path that was used by Databricks to as the storage to store the data for our tables. And we have created DLT sales target schema, so the table should be registered here. I will go to the workspace and will query the storage location path. I can see my tables were stored in this location. I can further go into this subdirectory and verify the same. The other directories were used for autoloader, the schema, checkpoints, and the system tables. I can see my customers bronze location, the gold, and the silver sales order silver tables as well. I can further see the data of one of the folder and should see the delta table data in here. And yes, I can see the delta log file and the parquet files that contain the data. Now let us go into the data tab and verify the schema. Under Hive Meta Store, DLT sales schema has been created and I am able to see this table. Let us query one of these table data. I am able to query the data stored in my goal table. That's all for this lesson. Thank you.